You join me today as we focus on the last two things this season, and that is to retain the Premier League and to retain the FA Cup. Hello and a warm welcome to episode 94 of Making Chelsea Stand Proud. My name's Mark, and on today's episode we have for you two Premier League games, changing it up a little bit because we thought we would feature two teams that we haven't featured in the series very rarely in the series so far, especially this season. And we're going to feature Leeds United first up in Premier League match day 29. Then we're going to play a couple of games offline, and we'll come back for a Fulham in the Premier League, and it'll be match day 32. And I might change my top somewhere in between, just so you know, because I'm recording this on a Friday, and probably the other part of the episode I will record on Monday. So I might change my top over the weekend, might even have my haircut, you never know. Anyway, before we go on with the episode, don't forget, if you enjoy today's episode, please leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe and hit the notification button. All helps here on YouTube, and it does absolutely wonderful things for me, and would be very, very grateful if you would do that for me. Thank you very much. What we did leave from behind from the last episode, of course, was the FA Cup draw for the semi-final, because we beat Leicester in the quarter-final. So we have a semi-final draw. We'll start this episode with the draw, and then we can have a good look at the schedule and what's been going on since you were last with us. Thank you to Future Mark, and you join us for the FA Cup semi-final draw, and the teams in this draw, and it's going to be a toughie. Liverpool, Manchester City, Chelsea and Arsenal in this draw. So let's go through and have a look at the draw itself then. Two matches to be played. Both are at Wembley, I believe. And we're all set, ready to go. And first out, we're first out. Who are we going to play? We're going to play Manchester City. Manchester City is the draw. Liverpool will play Arsenal. So that is how the draw has come out. And confirmation of the semi-finals then: Chelsea versus Manchester City, Arsenal versus Liverpool. I'll hand you back to Future Mark, who will do a bit of an analysis on that and have a look at the schedule. And thank you to Past Mark for the draw. Yes, Manchester City then in the FA Cup semi-final, and past history does tell us that is it dotted. I mean, start of the series we couldn't lose to them, and then we seemed to hit a bit of a barrier. Lost to them in the Community Shield, then lost to them in the Premier League at their place. Beat them at our place. In fact, I don't think we've ever lost to them at our place. And then lost to them again earlier this season at the Etihad in a 2-0 loss, but beat them 2-0 at Stamford Bridge. They are beatable on the day, but we've had our moments with them. We haven't beaten them we have beaten them at the Etihad, but not recently at the Etihad, and certainly not beaten them at Wembley when we've played them at Wembley. So as I said, I'll tell a lie. We did beat them in the Carabao Cup final, 2-1, of course, back in 2024. So we can beat them on the day. We just need to be on top form, but that's coming up in a future episode. In fact, the next episode, it will be coming up. Today, as I said, we've got Leeds and we've got Fulham, Wolves and Brighton. We're going to play in between offline and all the rest of it. So we'll do that. Leeds United, we haven't featured them that much this season. We've played them 5 times, beat them the last 4 times that we've met them. Won 1 and lost 1 Elland Road. Beat them earlier in the season 3-1 at Stamford Bridge. On that occasion, Havertz, Mount and Tell were the scorers. Kai Havertz is having a holiday. He's absolutely worn out, so he won't be appearing on certainly the first match of the episode. Should be back for the second game of the episode. Yeah, and that's pretty much what's been going on. Of course, knocked out of the Champions League last time round, but managing to beat Leicester, and we'll be looking to progress to the final if we can against Manchester City in due course. Our second game of the episode will be against Fulham. Again, we've played them 8 times, beat them 8 times, not really come across a problem with them as yet, but there's always a first time for everything, of course, and let's hope today isn't that day. Right, there isn't much more to tell you other than we'll get on with the episode, and it's the first match up, and it's Leeds United at Elland Road. This is the team that will face Leeds United. And here is the team that will face Leeds in this Premier League match day 29. And we have a number of players who are tired, come back from international duty, and we are struggling to get a side that is even half fit. So this could be a bit of a tough match. Maganan in goal, Gvardiol, Garcia and Fofana as our back 3. Chilwell and James as the complete wing backs. Fratisi and Kante in central midfield, with Sterling and Barbosa are wide behind Broja up front. On the bench, Carnasechi, Cucurella, Savic, Tell, Timber, Fernandes, Mount, Dewsbury Hall and Rodrigo. And this is how the two sides face up. And Brian Barry Murphy is the manager at Leeds. Fernandes in goal then. Mitchell, Byrne, Matip and Koch make a defensive line. Bilic is the defensive midfielder. Paredes and Aronson in central midfield. Alvarez and Brooks are the wide players behind Gononto. Up front on the bench, Skolicek, Target, McKinstry, Gelhart, Pavon, Creswell, Johnson, Lazuich and Myers. And just as the teams come out, confirmation of the two teams for you. First highlight, 7 minutes in, near enough, and it's a free kick or goal kick for Leeds. They're moving the ball around nicely, and that's gone out to Brooks, and he's been brought down in the penalty area, and I think we've given away a penalty. And it is a penalty. Sure who it was brought him down, but Paredes, and it's Magnan nearly got his hand to that. We go a goal down after 8 minutes. Have a look again to see who it was that I think it was Chilwell, actually. It was Chilwell. Yeah, tripped him. Didn't need to. Not going to be any better a second time. Perhaps Maganan can save it this time. No, he can't. And disappointing to go a goal down. Well, he wasn't far away, was he? And Leeds again on the ball. That ball moving around. We need to win this. Cut out, but given away straight away. Need to be putting pressure on them, and they're in again. And Gonotto, I think he may have been offside. I'm hoping he is. And he was. Stays at 1-0. There he is. He drifted off. Not by much, but he was offside. We have a corner now. Chilwell with the corner. Fofana found the corner of the net. It's 1-1 after 24 minutes. And the old corner routine does wonders again. Swung in. Fofana gets up. And it's in off the post. Magnum with the goal kick. Gavaldiol out to Chilwell. Chilwell brings it under control. Sterling is out there. Sterling looking for support now. Has Gavaldiol, Fortisi, Garcia, Fofana. Back to Garcia. Garcia swings it out wide to James. James through to Barbosa. Barbosa into the area. Broja just puts it wide of the post. Gavaldiol comes forward. Pulls it back for Garcia. Fortisi. Fortisi. Fofana. Kante. Gentle build-up. Garcia. Gavaldiol. Fortisi through to Sterling. Sterling's in. Sterling scores. 7th goal of the season. And we go 2-1 up after 41 minutes, I think it is. Yep, 41 minutes. And lovely interplay. Sterling through and just waits. Puts it away. And half-time comes. No more highlights. 8 shots, 5 on target, 1.14 on the XG, 49% possession. Could do with a little bit more possession. Leeds 2 shots, just the 1 on target, which happened to be the goal. 0.86, well, I say the goal. Probably wasn't actually, was it? Because it was the penalty. 51% of the possession. It's a lead at half-time, but not that convincing. We need to hang on to it, turn the gas up. Of course, going attacking. We're going to go back down positive just to settle down after half-time. Let's hope we haven't got too many injuries or tiredness at half-time. Free kick, James swings it in. Oh, it's bouncing around there. And not quite sure it's gone out for a corner. It has gone out for a corner. Chilwell swings this in and it's cleared again. Chilwell heads it back into the danger zone. James, Garcia, Fofana tries to get that through to Barbosa, but it's cut out and offside. Corner now. James with the corner swings it in, but it's not a very good corner. Sterling heads it back into Gavardiol, and Gavardiol's come off the crossbar. Leeds with a throw in, and Chilwell winning that ball very well. Garcia, Fofana, Kante, Barbosa swings that in. Sterling's there again, but this time only into the arms of the goalkeeper. Leeds come forward. I think there was an offside there somewhere. Oh, Leeds coming in. Got to be careful. And Alvarez, he's just allowed him to run through. It's 2-2. That was poor. And it could be tiredness. We need to do some changes. I was thinking about it before, but I thought I'll wait until about the 60-minute mark, and it's probably come back and bitten me. And with 60 minutes on the clock, making 4 changes. Basically because of tiredness, taking off our most tired players at the moment, especially in defence, where we obviously conceding that second goal, causing us issues. So the changes are as follows. Garcia has come off. Yaren Timber has come on for him. Cucurella has come on for Wesley Fofana. Mason Mount has come on for the tiring Fortisi. And Mateus Tell has come on up front for the tiring Armando Broja. Another corner, Mount with the corner this time. on that far side, swings it in. Nobody there though. Sterling has a go from distance. It's over the top. And with 75 minutes on the clock, making our final change, Barbosa has got tired. He's had a good game, but he's tired. Rodrigo comes on to replace him. Free kick to Leeds. And all we've got to do now is make sure we don't lose this. Well, Kante winning that ball, but Leeds again looking dangerous. And Alvarez out to Brooks. Brooks just needs to cross this in. And luckily Magnan stopped that. Mount tries to get that through to Rodrigo. Rodrigo has won the ball. And he comes away with it. Gets it in to Matheus Tel. Free kick, Mount. Last chance, possibly. Who's come back off the crossbar? Gone out for a corner. Mount with this corner. We need to score from this corner if we're going to sneak a win here. Injury time's coming. 3 minutes of injury time. It's not. It's a poor ball. And it's all over. It's a 2-2 draw. And considering how tired we were, I suppose we have to accept. And Alvarez having a good game, getting the goal, which brought them back level on the hour mark. And maybe, just maybe, had I made those changes a little bit earlier, we might have survived. But a point is the best we can do. And yeah, well, we should have won it, really. 17 shots, 8 on target, 1.85 on the old XG. They had a better XG than us, 46% of the possession. That's where we lost it as well. They had 10 shots, 3 on target, 2.13 on the XG, 54% of the possession. Not our best day at the office. Well, I didn't think I'd come back straight away. I waited for the Manchester City game to be played. Arsenal just gone through a takeover and they beat Manchester City by 1-0. Liverpool move up into second place because of that on goal difference. The lead at the top now is 13 points. Liverpool beating Norwich in their game, and they've leapfrogged Manchester City. Manchester City down into third place. And, well, despite only managing to get a draw against Leeds, we haven't lost the bit at the top there. And we've managed to survive our little bit of tiredness. Right, what we're going to do is we're going to go away and we're going to play Wolves and Brighton offline. We're going to come back for Fulham, and I'll before we play the Fulham game, I will bring you up to date with what's been happening. Obviously, since you were last with us, which will be the Leeds game, we'll bring you up to date with the Wolves and Brighton and see where we are sitting in the table as we approach the Fulham game. Well, it might only be an instant for you, but it's a long time for me. I recorded the first part of this episode on Friday last week. It's been a bit of a busy weekend, and yesterday just didn't get round to recording. So we're on Tuesday, and I'm recording the second part of this episode. And we have played 2 games. You'll see we've won both of them. Wolves, a 4-1 win at Stamford Bridge. And then Brighton we beat 3-0. We'll have a look at the goals in just a moment, just to round up. And we are down to the Fulham game, which is happening today at 12:30, which I think might be an early start for us today. 4-1 against Wolves then. Some great goals in amongst this lot. Matheus Tel gets the first one up. I've just run these, which... and this was the early thing. It was a mess up by the defender. Played it back. Matheus Tel was just sitting there waiting. And puts it in the back of the net. First goal. 4 minutes in. 1-0. Just 9 minutes later, they've cleared the ball. Chilwell swings it in. Tel just getting the finest of touches to put that in the back of the net. Question of whether he was offside or not, but I can assure you he was onside. 39 minutes into the game, Gavaldio, Sterling, James, and a real cushioned header beyond the goalkeeper, making it 3-0 after 40 minutes. And then we entered the second half, and a lovely goal from that man Fratissi. Barbosa back to Fratissi. Fratissi had plenty of time, set himself, bang. And then we were 4-0 up at that point, and a consolation for Wolves after 84 from Fabio Silva. Ball goes out wide. It's played into the area. Straight onto the feet of Fabio Silva. 4-1, and that was the final score. 25 shots we had, 6 on target, 2.98, 62% of the possession. Against Wolves, 10 shots, 3 on target, 0.91, 38% of the possession. Just to say that we have gone back to our 4-2-3-1, which has given us the impetus going in. Kai Havertz being rested for the Wolves game. Then we played Brighton, 3-0 win, goals from Fofana, Havertz coming back, and Mount. Havertz playing as the attacking midfielder in this one. Rodrigo up front, and Rodrigo not having a great game in this one either. Corner, Chilwell swings it in. Fofana gets the finest of touches it to nod that one in the back of the head. We are in the lead after 4 minutes. Then after 31, a penalty from Havertz, putting that away nicely, making it 2-0 at half time. And then second half was a bit dismal, really. I don't want to see Mason Mount. I know what he looks like. But Mason Mount rounded it off, made it 3-0. Mason Mount making it 3-0 after 90 minutes, right on time. This through ball to Mount. Mount just times it, gets it under the goalkeeper. 3-0. And that's how we finished the episode. Finished the games. 24 shots, 6 on target, 3.51, 62% of the possession. They have 5 shots, 3 on target, 0.13, 38% of the possession. How does that leave us in the table going into this game against Fulham? Well, we've played a game more than everybody else. I presume that's because of whatever else is going on. We have 80 points with 16 points clear of Liverpool and Manchester City in second and third place, respectively. Some 22 points clear of Manchester United. They simply are not going to catch us. We have 21 points available to us. 101 points is the maximum we can get. Liverpool have 8 games left. They have 24 points. The maximum they can get is 88, which means we are 8 points, 3 wins away from retaining the Premier League. So the 3 matches coming up. Fulham could be the first step today. If we can win that, we just need to beat Brentford and Everton to get us through. Brentford in the next episode, and it could well be we'll come back quick then for the game against Everton, which could, if we win both those Premier League games, could secure the title. Obviously, depending on what other results go on, it may well be that when we get to Brentford in the next episode, that it could be the decider to retain the Premier League. We will see. Let's get on with it then. Our second game of the episode, because if we lose this one, things open up a little bit again. And at the moment, Liverpool are coming a bit like a train. And here we are with the team that will face Fulham at Craven Cottage in this Premier League game. And I just need to check to see which match day it is. Match day 32 it is. Apologies if I put that across the front of the screen then. It would be one camera. You won't have seen it, to be fair. Right, match day 32 then. One thing I didn't do before we came here was actually review how many times I've played them. Played them 8 times. And I'm not sure what order this shows them in, but we've basically played them 8 times. 1 all 8. We have a goal difference of plus 16. So I think this is in order. I've last played them back in November when we beat them 5-2 at Stamford Bridge. And our record against them in this series is very, very good. So let's hope that continues today. Maganan continues in goal then. Cucurella, Gavardio, Fofana and Garcia make our defensive line. Dewsbury Hall and Kante, still not room for the man at the moment. He's not even on the bench. Why is he not on the bench? Could be because he's a little bit tired. That may well be. So for TC, not on the bench today either. Albeit I do think about we should put him on there and potentially bring out. I'll look at that in a moment. But Dewsbury Hall and Kante then in midfield. Koeman, Havertz playing as the attacking midfielder, and Sterling out on the right. The sitting behind Mateus Tel up front. The bench then, let's have a look. We got Karnasechi, Chilwell, Savic, Barbosa, Timber, Fernandes, Broja, Angerin and Mount. I am thinking that we possibly put Fatisi on instead of Andrew. Not that I want Andrew. We need to break into the team, but if we can secure the title, I think we can then possibly blood some of these younger players. That's my design anyway. So then, Fernandes, Fatisi, Broja and Mount make up the rest of the bench. Having sorted that out, I should have done it before, but I hadn't realised that he was missing, to be fair. And this is how the two teams face up against one another. Just one thing to note, we have had a team meeting and everybody's on side. We are going out to win, or at least take one big step today towards winning this title. Ruud van Nistelrooy is the manager at Fulham in this world of FM here. The team looks like this. Christensen is in goal. Robinson, Ayew, Diop and Adebayo are the defensive line. Diahaby is the defensive midfielder. Pereira and Reed in central midfield. Lindstrom and Scove play the wide players behind Mitrovic, who is still up front for Fulham. On the bench, they have Lecomte, Tete, Wilson, Brodo, Ramazani, Lejubicic, Ebose, Mende, and Davis. You know, the easiest name of the lot, and I had trouble getting that one out. That's how the two sides look against one another. And confirmation again of the two sides, just in case you wanted to take another look. And our first highlight, 16 minutes in, it's a corner. Koeman with the corner, swings it in, but it's cleared. Kante, Koeman, back to Dewsbury Hall. It's come back off the woodwork. A free kick to Fulham, just inside the centre circle. That's gone out wide to Adebayo and Mitrovic. His 14th goal of the season, beats Maganan. And the question mark over really whether Carnesecchi ought to take this, because there is a question mark over Maganan. Some of Maganan's goalkeeping decisions of late. And he got in a tangle there with the defender. Who's that? Fofana. Completely missed Mitrovic and got in a tangle with Fofana. What's going on? And a throw in on that far side. Adebayo with it, Diop. And that's gone out wide looking for Mitrovic, but cut out by Cucurella. Ball given away though. Havertz, he's very deep. Fofana, Kante, Tatel, Dewsbury Hall. Finds Havertz now. Havertz needs a bit of support. He's got it from Cucurella. That was almost short. That's into Koeman. Koeman tucks it away. 8th goal of the season for Kingsley Koeman. And we're level again after 42 minutes. See this again. Havertz needing that support. Really laid that back very, very laxly. Good job. Cucurella was on the same wavelength. Koeman deciding that he wasn't going to take any chances with that. He had the opportunity. And half-time has arrived. We have really not... I mean, performed fairly well, but we just don't seem to have done what we need to do. I think we've got a little bit of anxiousness around us. 7 shots, 3 on target, 0.61 on the XG. We've hit the woodwork once, though. 53% of the possession. If that had gone in, it might have been a totally different game. Fulham have had 2 shots, one of which has been on target. That was the goal. 0.68 and 47% of the possession. We need to be a bit better in the second half. First highlight of this second half. 55 minutes in. That's Havertz retrieving that ball, but it's lost by Garcia. And Kante. Wow, that was very determination to win that ball. Koeman now. Gavardiol. Koeman. We've moved Havertz up into a shadow striker role. Havertz through to Sterling. Oh, tried to chip the goalkeeper, but Christensen having none of it. Free kick now for Fofana. Garcia. Garcia comes forward. Dewsbury Hall throws that through to Havertz. Havertz out wide to Koeman. Koeman into the area, and he's been fouled. Didn't need to do anything with him. He was looking for somebody to play that back to and just chopped his legs. It's going to be a penalty, surely. It is. Seen him given for less. And is Havertz going to step up here? He is. Havertz puts it away, sends the goalkeeper the wrong way. That is his 46th of the season. And we go 2-1 up after 59 minutes. Well placed. And with 60 minutes having scored the goal that's put us nose in front at the moment, we're making some changes because we, as you'll see, we have got some tired legs out there. Gavaldiol has come off. He's been replaced by Mark Cucurella on the left-hand side there. So Cucurella stepping inside, doing a central defensive role, which we don't see him do very often. Wesley Fofana also tired, so centre of defence getting very tired very quickly. I'm not quite sure why that is today, but he's been replaced by Yaran Timber. But Yaran Timber has swapped places with Garcia. Timber going on the outside, Garcia on the left. I'm just wondering whether that's a good move, actually, based on the fact... Garcia's better position, actually. He's in that thing. We'll do that for now. So those two changes. And finally, Kingsley Coman also getting tired. He's had a good game. Matthias Tell moving from up front, drops in there. Havertz moves forward into the attacking role. And Mason Mount comes in as the attacking midfielder. Mason Mount replacing Kingsley Coman. Lindstrom throws that in. Timber, who's just come on, wins that ball. Magnan, a long ball forward, looking for Havertz, who heads it down to Matthias Tell, who's gone out on the left-hand side now, of course. Matthias Tell plays it back for Chilwell. Chilwell to Kante. Dewsbury Hall getting involved in that. And Dewsbury Hall swings that forward. Matthias Tell got there before the goalkeeper and scores his 11th goal of the season. 65 minutes on the clock. A very impressive move, this. Dewsbury Hall instrumental in that, just picking the right moment. Lovely ball at the top, and Tell getting there before the goalkeeper. And with nearly 72 minutes on the clock, making one more change. Kai Havertz is coming off. He's tired now. Don't think he's going to get player of the match. In fact, Dewsbury Hall looks like he's going to get player of the match. But Havertz is off and Gabriel Barbosa joins the fray. Chilwell with a long throw, but I'm not sure why he's thrown that. I'm not sure whether Barbosa left that alone because he was offside. I think that's a deep ball. Timber, who's passed that to Kante. Kante out to Sterling. Sterling finds Dewsbury Hall. Dewsbury Hall bounces it off of the Fulham player, Chilwell. Chilwell cross it into the area, and Barbosa, who's come on, question of whether he's offside or not. And VAR looking at it. And it's a goal. It's a goal. We've 4-1 against Fulham then. Having gone that goal behind, we've turned it around big time. No, he was onside, definitely. Barbosa doing what Barbosa does. He's offside there, but he's not there. And with 86 minutes on the clock, our final change. Raheem Sterling, not had the best of days, but he's been out there. He's done some work. We've brought Brozier on to replace him. Just working out. Don't really think it matters too much. Matthias Tell, I think. Inverted winger, so we're all okay. So Brozier then on for Raheem Sterling. No more highlights. It's all over. And it is a 4-1 win. 1-1 at half-time. 4-1. And we've had a good day at the office. Kernan Dewsbury Hall, he was really despondent, upset, because I was playing him out of position. I mean, playing in midfield, and he's been playing as attacking playmaker, which is what he asked for. And anyway, we had a chat. He seemed happy after we had a chat. And he's come on and he's produced the goods today. So we've got to really pat him on the back in a minute. He's had 5 key passes. He's 3 clear-cut chances he created. He's got 2 assists. So he's had a really, really good day at the office. We had 19 shots, 10 on target, more than our 50%, 2.73, 55% of the possession. They have 5 shots, 3 on target, 0.73, 45% of the possession. We have taken a giant step towards the Premier League, and we need to see what the other results do now. So we'll come back after Liverpool and Manchester City have played and see how we have ended the day. So we're playing the early game today, must be on telly, and it means that we've gone 19 points in front of Liverpool and Manchester City as it stands at the moment. We have 6 games left to play, 24 points, 18 points available to us. Liverpool and Manchester City, so we've played 2 games more than them at the moment. They will have 21 points available to them after this. Let's go and have a look and see how they get on. Well, it looks awfully like Manchester City are fading away as time goes on. They've only managed a 1-1 draw against Wolves. It's Liverpool we got to be careful of. They're coming like a huge train behind us. They have won today. They still have a game in hand. 7 games to play. They have 21 points available to them. Their maximum they can get is 88 points, which means we are just those 2 wins away. Still 2 wins away. It's only if they stumble that we catch them. 18 points clear of Manchester City now in 3rd place. So they have 21 points available to them as well. So 86. So as it stands, Manchester City won't be able to catch us if we win 1 more game, because we've got a vastly superior goal difference. So 1 more game and Manchester City are out of it. It becomes a 2-horse race between us and Liverpool. And the one thing we don't want to do is come unstuck against Liverpool, because they are our nemesis of the series and we don't want to give up the Premier League title for their benefit. So, yeah. 21 points still available, 36. So still West Ham could avoid relegation, but it's becoming game by game a mountain of a task for them to do. Right, let's get on then. The end of the episode, and it's been a good episode. We've continued our good run in the Premier League. The one that's seen us sitting at the top of the table with just 2 more wins needed to take us possibly to retaining the trophy. Brentford and Everton, our next 2 games, and we'll possibly have it all wrapped up. And what a day that will be if we can wrap it up against Everton at Stamford Bridge. It's setting itself, isn't it, in the story to do that. But we have a big match before that, an FA Cup semi-final at Wembley against Manchester City in the start of the next episode. Played them 11 times, beaten them 6 times, lost to them 3 times. And our recent history against them hasn't been particularly fantastic. Those 3 losses have been in the sort of recent past, really. This season, we played them in October. We lost. We lost to them 2-0 at the Etihad. We returned the compliment though when they came to Stamford Bridge. Neutral ground is a different matter altogether. We've played them in Wembley twice in succession. Beat them 2-1 in the Carabao Cup in 2024, but lost to them in the Community Shield 4-1. Played particularly badly that day. Let's hope we don't do it again. And if we do, we will be cross. Hope you've enjoyed today's episode. If you have, don't forget to leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the notification button. That keeps you up to date with all future episodes of this and new series, and of course our other series, To Be a Legend, as they are released. If you want to keep up to date with what's happening on this channel, the best way of doing it is to follow me on Twitter at JustOffside2 or X or whatever it's called now. New episodes of Making Chelsea Stand Proud are currently released every Tuesday and Friday at 4:15 p.m. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you for the next episode. It'll be episode 95. It's out on Tuesday. Till then, bye-bye.